Every Brown Woman, where we talk about the when, the what, and the why of the everyday life of a woman. My name is Reese.
Sunshine.
Salome.
Dancing on the moon.
Today is a beautiful day. The weather is a good 85 degrees. Salome has on her sundress.
I got my back out.
And I just have on a t-shirt and shorts. I'm so basic.
Well, we all are enjoying this weather in our own ways.
I'm so glad that it's here. One thing that I said that I was going to do, like I need to be more creative, like with how I dress. I stay with basics.
I'm not doing this with you
I
today.
think we did talk about that before. And
We
you're really
did.
boho and chic and yeah.
As you guys can see.
And so
And
this
she's-
is true. What we said is true. I feel like you're not as basic as you think you are. I
Thank
feel
you.
like you spruce up more like here, and then you just do like whatever's
agree.
relaxing here.
I
Because
agree.
like your hair is always on point. Like you'll never come out the house looking facially bogus. And then some people do be looking facially bogus. People like,
Y'all, don't let her fool you guys. She be coming out looking like, what's the girl? Olivia Pope.
No, I don't.
Yes, she do. Last time we went out, and
Oh,
I was all depressed, and I had on a big tie-dye t-shirt with jeans that look stupid and sunglasses. And guess how she walked into the building at Cheesecake Factory? I'll never forget. She walked in looking so fly, and I was like, look at me. And everybody was like, Sheree, you look so good. You looking so nice. And I'm sitting at the table like,
well, you look good.
it's time for you.
That was like a once in a lifetime.
No, it is not. That she had the cool little trench coat that was a
question.
pretty like yellow color or something. It was so cool. And then she had like a cute like sweater like top in her jeans with the belt, and they were like flare jeans, I feel like, or something.
Do
She
y'all
had some cute
ever
shoes.
call?
Yeah,
Do
I
y'all
know.
ever call y'all friends like before you gonna go out and ask them what they gonna wear?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, then.
You
Do
don't?
you?
No.
No.
Cause I'm gonna wear what I want to. Like I just be like, I be like, I don't know. I'm like, why are you asking? But I don't say like, why are you asking me? But I'm just gonna wear what I'm gonna wear. I will ask like, what's the occasion? If I feel like it's probably gonna be something where we need to be dressed up, and then I'll say like, oh, should I dress up? Because like we went to somebody's baby shower recently. And I didn't know if it was like, because baby showers are different. Sometimes they want them like very elaborate.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then sometimes they want them like lay down. Like that instance, then I'll ask. But like if I know where we're going out to eat, like I'm not gonna ask.
I ask because I don't ever want to look too dressed up compared to the person I'm with, or too underdressed.
I always want to look.
It gives me an idea, and then I'm like really clueless as to like what to put on ever in life. So I always have to get an idea to get my wheels rolling. I'm like, okay, if she's wearing this or she wearing that, then let me do something in between or something.
Yeah. Is it too late for me to lose 20 pounds for the summer?
No, because the summer technically does not start until June 21st. So we got who?
Savannah.
Aww.
He's
Yeah.
growing up.
She's
I know she'll
growing
be
up.
15.
So she's officially a summer baby.
Yes, she
So
is.
this is so funny because my birthday being December 11th when I was growing up, everybody used to be like, "You're a winter baby, you're a winter baby," and I'm like, "No, technically I'm not. I'm a fall baby."
This is so true.
So, but it does snow. We have had like heavy snow on my birthday, but I'm definitely a fall baby. I have fall baby symptoms. Like I like warm.
Yeah.
So I'm
not
a winter
like-
baby. You're a summer and you're a fall.
Yes.
So perfect.
That is. That is perfect.
No
That
spring
is.
babies. That's all right.
No spring baby.
We can have a spring baby guest.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I just maybe we can have B.Simone and she can like talk to us about what was that about
What's
Martin
the
Luther King and was he a good man or not
Her
because
best
he was
friend,
a
Megan.
cheater.
He's a great father. Look at him, that strong black man.
Look at him being at his kid's game.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. But he's great in all these other aspects. How are you a great leader, a great CEO, a great black man? You're not great.
You're a liar.
not great. God, you're not. That is triggering.
Yeah.
Have you been watching her?
I typically like her stuff, especially when she's with her best friend, because
Okay.
they typically like really
dive into.
Yeah, and they bounce off each other really well because they're so close. But I do know that they have very strong opinions, though, and that kind of it agitates me sometimes because it's when they're sometimes it's the way people deliver it. When they have such strong opinions, they make it seem like that their opinion is the only right opinion. Yeah. So that's what kind of ruffles my feathers with them. But what about you?
I just started paying attention to the show. I've always liked B.Simone, but I'm not like I haven't been. My B.Simone favorites are her makeup and her makeup videos. Yeah. Okay, so like everybody does, like B.Simone does like different businesses. There's certain reasons why you really, really like her. It's either because of her makeup or it's because she's funny and you like watching her comedy shows and wilding out. So that's pretty much what I like. Her makeup. I like her business mind. I actually had two what do you want to call it, conferences or whatever with B.Simone. One was the one where she had actually released her book and there was some issues with the book and she had like apologized to people on social media about it.
I
remember
that.
So she ended up doing a private event where she just basically wanted to have, she had like panelists there that was talking about, you know, securing your business, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, covering the mistakes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I did that. And then another event was based on like getting yourself in the media. So like when she talks about business things, I really like that. Yeah. And that relates to her makeup because that's, right, exactly. So as far as like personal topics, I think so differently from so many people that sometimes I don't really want to listen to what they say. You know. I think the whole aspect, and I did not watch the whole thing, but we were talking about Martin Luther King is a great leader. Nobody can be perfect. So when you're married to somebody, your husband, your wife, it is your due diligence to teach your children how to respect their spouse, obviously, because they're going to be married one day, probably, or if they're not married one day and they're partnered up, in any aspect, because you can take that same respect into, like, business or whatever. So I feel like that's important, but can you be a horrible husband and be a good father? Exactly. Are you able to separate the two? But part of being a father is also showing them how to respect everybody else in the household. So it's a tricky topic, but everybody has their faults. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I think that the part that really stuck with me the most was when Megan actually said, this was at the end of the clip that I saw, where she said it's a difference between somebody that's great to you versus being a great person.
Exactly. Yes.
So I get it in the sense of what they were saying. We're like, okay, you're a great dad. You're great to your kids, to you.
Right.
You're a great leader. Like the company is flourishing because of you. You've made a lot of people's successes. You're great to that company. You're great to those people that you help make successes. But to make it a general statement and say this person is truly a great person is where it gets sticky when a man doesn't, have any respect or morals when it comes to women. And
that's like what you're saying, the whole Kevin Samuels. Like, that does bring me to that. That's why I was saying, like, it's similar to part of not taking ownership for that is kind of like how he was saying, oh, well, if you're a billionaire, your wife basically got to deal with this, and that. He can have multiple women and all this other stuff. Yeah. Well, that publicly displaying that, to me personally, no, that don't make you a great father.
It does not.
Because you can't do that. Like, you can't, but I feel like, and I'm not sure, Martin Luther King probably tried to suppress it, you know what I'm saying, so that it didn't become so awareing for the children.
That's what I was gonna say.
When you have kids, every parent has something that they do that they don't want their kids to know about or have had. That doesn't mean that you're going to always continue to do it.
Yep.
But there are flaws that you have as a human being that you are not going to want your children to see.
Yep.
And part of being a good parent is making sure that your child or children are not subject to that, so that you can still tell them this is not right, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tricky. There's no perfect person.
Exactly.
It's not gonna exist. It's just not gonna exist.
I don't think that it relates to each other at all. Like 0%.
Yeah.
And like the first thing that comes to mind is like how me and Savannah's dad was, right? Like Savannah's dad, although we were not married and we were together, like I cannot count on I don't know how many times that man has cheated, you know, but like, I mean, it never affected the way he raised our child.
Right.
Like ever, you know what I'm saying? So when we decided to separate, he was still on that bus, picking her up, taking her to school, despite what he did. I just don't think that it relates.
I believe that if you and him were together past the age of 1, right, he would not have conducted himself in that way. I think that if she was able to talk and walk, I don't think he would have.
At 1 year old, okay, so
because that's too risky.
Okay,
He wasn't that stupid. He wasn't. I mean. Don't ever watch this episode, please.
No, he wasn't stupid.
He wasn't stupid. He would get caught up, right? But it wasn't like I'm finna just blatantly, like he's not finna bring a kid who talks and walks in front of another woman and not expect her to come home and be like, Daddy was with. Like, I don't know if I would believe that he would do that.
So because she was young, he was still a great dad because she was young. So no matter the actions are the exact same. Because of her age.
This is why I see what this is not, I see what you're saying, but I don't think you're explaining it right.
Okay.
I think that,
I'm like, please say it.
When I say that you have to have these conversations with your father, with your kids, how the hell are you going to explain that to a 1-year-old? You can't explain that
to a 1-year-old.
That's what I'm saying,
That's what I was thinking,
you can't charge him to that game when the child is 1 year old. Like, he's not going to sit here and say, hey, baby, I'm going to go, you know, that's not going to happen. But when your child is 5 and 6 years old and they can clearly see what you're doing because these little kids, they understand what this dating stuff is. You know what I'm saying? Then at that point, why are you showing my child how to be a liar?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At that point. But like, how you gonna, y'all, he don't even count.
I'm sorry, I just snorted. I'm sorry. Y'all, I really don't think he would have done that, y'all.
He don't count. And I don't think he would have done that
crazy.
either.
I don't think he would have
But
done
I
that.
think that when your child is like 5 and 6 and 7 and 13 and 12 and 15,
that's when you need to have some type of,
and it's equivalent to,
this is so good.
It's equivalent to, treating your child according to their age. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So you can have a 13-year-old in the house, you know what I'm saying? And you could be lazy. Let's talk about the laziness. You could be lazy. You could be like sleeping in bed all day, you know what I'm saying? Not cleaning dishes, not cleaning that. Your child is 13, they're watching you. Why are you not teaching that child to work? Why are you not teaching that child to clean? Why are you not teaching that child the basics that you need in life to survive? Part of those basics that we need in life to survive is, 1, respecting other people's emotions. Because there's no way you can, it's some dogs out here that's very successful.
Yep.
But everybody that's successful don't make them a great business partner. They might be a good business partner because they got a really good idea, but they're not great.
Most of them dogs that's real successful, everybody know they honest with everybody.
Right.
Everybody know, look, I'm not ready. The first thing they come and tell you, I don't want to settle down. I talk to different people. I like to have fun. Do you want to have fun? I make sure you have a good time. They're honest. So it's like,
to me, it's at a certain age, just tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Look, you're going to do 1 or 2 things. If you're not gonna tell the truth to your kids, don't let them see it.
Yeah.
But if you gonna let them see it, you owe that to them. That's the obligation. Stop letting your kids sit there. You don't know how that's affecting them. Trying to think and wonder what's going on with
or
y'all. You know,
they'll want to go try and do what you do later on in life, and they don't do it how you did it, and now they getting jacked up and with some crazy girl or some crazy man that's trying to kill them or whatever because they not got caught. Right. Like they watch like my daddy was a player pimp, but it's like, but your daddy ain't tell you how the game really is. You just saw him with it, so now you out here just thinking you got the game because your daddy looked like he had the game, but you really jacking yourself up. You getting caught up left and right, and you hear it all the time. These people, they be getting caught up with crazy. I know someone whose son got stabbed over with some little girlfriend, and because she went through his phone and saw like just little stuff. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? He could have saw his daddy cheating it, but his daddy never had that conversation with him. Yeah. Like, hey, if you gonna do this, make sure you honest. Make sure you got a girl who gonna sign up for it. Or if you gonna do it, make sure if you gonna be the slickest man, however y'all gonna do it. He ain't never had that talk, so all he doing is jacking himself up in the long run.
Can we just say this?
Yes.
Savannah's dad don't count.
Savannah dad do not count. He does not count.
She was too young.
And that's what I said.
Explain that too. That's not even a. You can't.
So does he go? Does he go to
your
good?
Situation to somebody who is like 10 and 12? Because if he did that to her, if he did that to you, like if y'all was together now, at her age now, and he did that, and she came to you crying because she was seeing this and she had consistently been trying to figure this out, right? And an emotional wreck, to the point where you might have to take her to therapy, would you then look at him and say, you're a great father, but we have to take her to therapy?
Right. So it's the question, can you cheat and be a great father? Is that the question? Or is it with you cheating and not having regard to what your child sees and feels? You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe that you can be a man that cheats and be a great dad.
So here's the thing. If you have regards for what your child see and feel, then you're likely not going to cheat. Because if you really have regards for what your child see and feel, right. And that's what
keep it out
say,
their sight.
Don't let them see it.
Yeah.
If
you can be a cheater and a great dad.
But if you have regards, no.
Wait, no.
Cut.
You know, back in the day, it used to be like, I just want you, don't leave your husband. That's just what it was. No matter what he did, that was just the old school, maybe a Southern thing, but it was like, you just don't leave your husband no matter no matter what. Now, these days, the level is, if he got some money, how much would I tolerate it? A little bit. Or they grew up in a household where they saw their mom getting cheated on or whatever, and they just go to learn behavior. Seriously, but it kind of ties into what you were saying that I wanted to say. I get what you're saying, how it doesn't... in your life, it doesn't make sense, right? But then there's also these guys out here, and I feel like we've seen it ourselves. I've been hit on by guys with their kids in the car all the time, and you never know what their background story is. They could still be with the baby mama, whatever. There's guys on social media who are in relationships and got their kids in the car and teaching their kids how to hit on women. So I think it's just all about how the man carries himself when he is doing something like that. That will, because then in that instance, you're not a great father. Because you're displaying to your child how to disrespect a woman, and not only a woman, but their mother. And if you're with that woman or going back and forth with that woman or whatever, and the child is there to witness that stuff, but then when you have the child and you got your free time with the child, y'all out with another girl, going on dates, you know, making a girl feel like, God, it's a lot of guys out here that do that. So that's when I would then agree. Because I feel like if you're displaying it for the child blatantly in the child's face. There was just a video of a little kid telling his mom, like, yeah, dad's been kicking it with a whole nother girl for the past week. She's like, so your dad, why you didn't tell me this before? Because I knew he was going to get mad, but we need to kick him out. And It's like, this was a little kid, younger than 10 years old, telling his mom that. So for me, it just depends on how you carry yourself. If you know you have a vice or a weakness, a lustful spirit, as you called it, then, you know, learn how to also know how to keep it under wraps to where your child isn't subjected to it or has to feel awkward in the car when you're talking to another girl or whatever the case may be. I know when I was a kid, I saw my dad talking to another woman, and I knew he was back and forth from my mom, and it made me feel very uncomfortable uncomfortable. Right. And I never said anything to my mom because I didn't want my mom to be sad or whatever. But that could have impacted me, right? It could have messed with my mental as a young girl, thinking like, well, guess this is what guys do. This is acceptable. Luckily, I didn't grow up to believe that cheating on me is acceptable. But I could have easily like went the other way when I thought as a kid and been like, well, if my daddy do it, then it's okay. All men do it. I seen my daddy cheat. Like that's just... And it's women that grew up and have them complexes where it's like, I'm never going to be faithful. I don't want to get married because I know men ain't shit. And that's because of their brothers, their uncles, their dads that they grew up around and saw. Shoot, my uncle got 11 kids by different women. So for me, I could have easily been like, I saw these women fighting over each other, fighting each other every other day.
But did they make him not a great dad though? Like, you know what I'm saying?
When you got 9 girls.
Yeah,
to me.
So overall, you don't think that he's...
I think he's great for that. No, he knows that. I told him that. We've had this conversation. But at the same time, I think he's great because he has that old school mindset. All it takes to be a great dad is to be there financially. That's not all it takes to be a great dad. So yeah, his kids can run to him whenever their car needs to go in the shop, whenever they need money for school, whenever they need to... Yeah, you're great in that aspect financially, but when it comes to how to treat a woman, when you have 9 girls out of 11 kids, when it comes to how handling your responsibilities, if you are going to be out here with these women properly, no. And that's why they have, I feel like, the mindsets they have now.
But overall, though, right? Like, and I don't know, but overall, let's say that if this was not your uncle, let's say this is not him, and if this was somebody else, right? So would you say that overall, because of that, he's just not a great dad because of that aspect? So overall, you're just not a great dad.
Yep, and I see how it is impacting his now adult kids. So yeah, because if you were a great dad, all your kids wouldn't each have something or a problem with you in their own way. All of them have their own set of issues with them. Even though he got the ones that he closest to, about 3-4 of them, but the majority of them, they all have. So yeah, if you were a great dad, I think that it also takes you, no matter how many kids you have, you chose to have these kids, then you have to choose to make the time to talk to them, impact that person, to have a bond with them, do something. But he's kind of like the type, I pay for this or whatever. You ain't gotta like me, whatever.
But so this is my thing. Hold on. Go ahead. But what aspect makes him not a great dad though? Is it because of him not having those connections with the kids, or is it because he has multiple baby mamas?
And because it's what they've been subjected to. Yeah, like they've seen their mothers rolling downstairs fighting each other.
As a mom, if you could go back and change anything, is there something that you feel like you were not great in that either impacted your kids or had the power to impact your kids?
Ooh, this is a deep question.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right away.
But it didn't come from relationship wise. Because I never let other people, like when I was in other relationships, you want to come around my child, period. But it had to do with placing priority over people to try to help people in situations where I could have been doing more for me and my child to put us ahead. Yeah. But I was trying to help this other person. Yeah. And I should not have done it. Yeah. Because it took time away. Yeah. Obviously, right? Some of them people still at the same level that it was at. So, you know, I could have just...
You could have kept
I could have been doing other things. Yeah. And I could have been further ahead of where, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that I'm trying to do. And, you know, maybe there were other things that my child could have been doing that I could have been focusing on. So, absolutely, like, if I could definitely go back, I would literally be like, F everybody. Yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell yeah. Because I feel like those people that, you know what I'm saying, like, I put my neck out for, most of them are still in the same situation. And it was just a waste of time. Yeah. Like, it was pointless. I could, like, if I would have seen that they were, like, elevated and, you know, I would have said, okay, time well spent. But I feel like they blatantly wasted my time because they never had plans on.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Or they might have needed other help and not my help. And you know what I'm saying? I should have maybe redirected it. So,
So my question to you, well, what about me?
Yeah, we might as well stay on that one. This is a good question.
This is a good question, right? I would say yes. I would say, especially when I was younger, I would prioritize people too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I would never do that again.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna say never, but you know what I'm saying? Not to the point where I'm not putting myself first.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when it came to like dating. I've been there before to where like Savannah be with her dad for like a good 2-3 weeks, and then now he's like, when you gonna come get you know what I'm saying? So like I've been there before because I mean I had her when I was 19, you know, so it's like, okay, well, like I kind of wanted those years, you know,
Right.
like I still want to enjoy that. So if I can go back, I would like erase all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't like, you know, I didn't like have him like with people, like he was my melody. But it was like if I had to help this person move or financially, because probably when I was like 22, 23, like I was already making like really good money. So it was like, oh, I need $700 for my rent. Oh, okay, here you go. Here's your $700. You know, that could have been put into
for
him
sure.
or us or whatever it is that we were, you know, we wanted to do. Maybe more trips, you know, other things that we could have been doing, and I didn't do that. Or savings, you know what I'm saying? You know, thank God. I was always able to get him the things that he needed and wanted. So he never really had to suffer. But at the same time, it's just.
Yeah, I would say for me it was like the first 3 or 4 years that were like the rockiest with me in motherhood. Yeah, after like a good 4, I think I had it. I think I caught it.
I figured it out. Like,
I think I figured it out. Like, come on, man, you gotta get my job. So for you, my question for you is there anything that you feel that you could go back and change that would have put you in a better position, like in any kind of way, whether it's emotionally, financially, anything?
Well, what's the job?
We're taking school more seriously.
Taking school more seriously.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's all I say.
Oh, like you about to cry?
No. I just wish I would have taken school more seriously.
For you to go back to school.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I know. Realistically, I'm not gonna do it. But I wish I would have taken it more seriously back then, because I feel like I think I would have turned out different if I was like one of them kids that graduated from high school, went to college, went away to college, did certain things, you know, that, you know, lived the young. I didn't do that. I just, a lot of my years I spent working 2, 3 jobs because I chose a different path. Because I chose a different path. So I knew that because I chose a different path, I had to work harder than others. So that's what I did. I just made sure I had money. And I was able to do whatever I could. I didn't have to depend on nobody because of the choice that I made with school. Because my family was like, real, like, you don't go to school. You're not doing good school. I barely even went to school in high school. Yeah. So for me, I don't think I was ever a school person. I just wish I would have changed my mentality back then. Like how easily now that I could like wake up and be like super gloomy, and I could change my mentality and be like, this is how you're going to look at the day. This is how you're going to attack it. I wish I had.
I think that's something that a lot of people don't learn until they get older.
I know, right? That sucks. Because it don't, I mean, it counts now, but it would have counted so much more if I could have tapped into that like back then. Because who knows where I would have been. I would go way further than this, I'm sure.
Oh, well, the good thing is that like it's not too late. I mean, maybe not school, you know, because if that's not an interest of yours, it's not. But there's so many different ways to elevate yourself now. Like I feel like 20 years ago, it was either school or like
or die,
or death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? like, and it's so many different avenues.
Seriously,
now, so,
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I still have a chance.
Yes, you do.
True.
Right.
I wish I would have known. We had this conversation before. I wish I would have known how dope I was back then.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. And
no, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I just had a lot of boyfriends, but I didn't know.
I probably just would have been a stripper and made a lot of money.
Oh my God! I always wanted to be a stripper back then, but I never did it. I was too skinny.
I know I told you about me wanting to be a stripper and then wear a mask and travel to different cities.
Have you ever came close to being a stripper?
No.
What do I mean? No, I was too skinny.
Okay, I actually went and was going.
I think I remember.
No, I didn't do the audition.
What
so
happened?
I was a reading tutor in college, and I was in a speech class, and one of my classmates was a stripper, and she came up to me and she was like, well, I heard you have a kid and like you're making, you're reading to the channel, you're not making that much money. And she was a stripper, and so she invited me to go to the strip club. And so I got up there and they was like, oh yeah, you can come in on this day. And she was like, you can wear some of my clothes, blah, blah, blah. I never showed up because I was just like, shoot. If my child ever find out that I was like, I was just thinking like, if he gets to second grade and people like, hey, I know your mama, she's a stripper. I was like, man. Yeah. But if I didn't have a child,
you might have went back.
I might have.
That's how I was gonna say. Like, if I didn't have a child, I probably would just do that.
And I just was too skinny.
No, you could have still.
I mean, but at the same time, I'm like really glad.
Get off the stage. Where's Stickalicious 1000? I on the stage.
Why was that a choice to you? Like why? Like I think about that too. Like
it was easily accessible.
It was it's because how easy the money is.
That and the sex appeal. Like strippers. Strippers are sexy. Like you gotta have this confidence.
Yeah, some busted.
No, but I'm just it's the confidence.
Yeah.
No, it's like this confidence, and you just get up like that's sexy.
No, you're right.
So do you think being naked, like in front of everybody, like brings out your confidence?
I gotta have on the mask. I gotta be the mask stripper.
That's cute.
And then I'm gonna run up and snatch it off. Why you did it? What you did? So I'm like, it's Richard. No, it's like, you're running off the stage butt naked. Oh no. No, but still, they be having sex appeal. But guess what? It still be some busted ones with sex appeal.
Oh, it be some way busted
but I don't be on them.
But you know what? I feel like, man, like what I've learned as I've gotten older, like you know, like when you were younger, like
I used to go to the hood.
I don't know about y'all, but when I was younger, I would always like I'm just like, oh, okay, I need to be this, I need to be that, because that's what they, you know what I'm saying. But I feel like learning things now, you know what I'm saying. Like guys ain't looking for just the perfect body. What they looking for is the person who has the most confidence to do what they want them to do.
For sure.
Versus
true. Yeah. I always had like a twinge of tomboyishness though, so I probably wouldn't have been able to do it.
You could have been like the tool girl. I picture you with a little tool belt on.
Whack.
Is
that I can't dance.
I mean, you'll learn to dance. Like, I mean,
all you gotta do is shake some booty. Shake, and then.
But I'm like way too goofy. Like, and I've always been like way too shy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been too shy.
You would drink.
No. With that, I've always been like super shy. Like, I'm not finna just get up there and like. Not always. Okay. At a point in time, am I really?
Yes. We already told you, Victoria.
Like you, it's like sex appeal that like drips off of you.
It's still kind of like, you know, what you want.
It drip off your lashes.
It does. It's all right here.
I'm gonna
like look at my.
It's something in her eyes.
Look at her. Look.
I can't do it because now y'all just said like don't do it.
And I just stared at her like.
So no, but seriously, like at a certain point, like at a younger, I think when you, did we have a conversation before?
Maybe.
Like when you don't give a care about somebody, you can like do whatever. But when I'm like me personally, when I don't care about somebody, I don't care what you think about me. But when I feel like I care about you, then I really care what you think about me.
Yeah.
So then it's like, ooh, am I doing this right? Am I making this? Is this so perfect? Oh, I'm not gonna do this. This is not right.
Oh yeah, that's so mean.
That was so
Do you get nervous if you dress like for your guy or for your husband? Do you get nervous before you walk out of the bathroom?
No. Like, is it like not now. No, not when I'm dressing, because I feel like if I'm putting on an outfit, I'm making sure that I get the right outfit for the most part. And I know like he likes my outfits. Like I know that already. You know what I'm saying? But if it came down to like probably like some things I do get nervous about. Like if you like, hey, twerk in front of me, like, dang, all my head is shaking. You know what I'm saying? Like that does go through my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like
is it jiggling?
Yeah, like you don't look stiff, do it?
Yeah.
You know, is the crack ass? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you think about me personally, I think about stuff like that. I know some people like I don't even.
I would think like
trying
that
to
too.
let me in.
Yeah.
Make this perfect. My stomach ain't overlap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think about that stuff.
Yeah.
Would you be nervous with your sneaky link?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to dress it, he'd be like, all right, introduce it. And then you gotta walk out the
I would be
bathroom.
laughing so hard. I laugh too much,
Give
y'all.
me several drinks.
Oh yeah, I would need drinks.
Oh
That's
my
what I was
God.
thinking about when we were talking about the strip club. If I was a stripper, I would definitely be that stripper that would need to take a couple shots for when I was there. Once I have a couple shots, I'm somebody else. I got this, y'all.
So I challenge you to like dress up for your sneaky link.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Come on. He might not be that sneaky no more. He might be the link.
I know.
He might want to be the link.
Right? That's what I say. You do that for somebody who you finna link.
He might be like, ooh, I want to be the link.
You got to. Hey. So let me see. We talked about B.Simone.
We talked about strippers.
And all three of them agreed that you can be a great dad and a
Yes.
with a little asterisk there.
But not a great person.
Right, you can be a great dad and an anonymous cheater.
Okay.
Not an anonymous,
You can
silent
give me that.
cheater.
Okay, I'll give you that.
A
Okay,
silent
boom.
cheater.
But you're not a great person.
Right.
No, you're not a great person.
Stripper is in our life. It's like in our story.
Yeah, it's in my blood.
Yeah, it's in our blood. We just gotta get
I've been
masked.
thinking about stripping since I was
Yeah.
about
Oh, we
16.
could be Power Rangers.
You gonna think
I'm pink. You yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Red.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you
you gotta be
red.
black.
I mean,
Oh.
Black, not a black ranger.
Oh, yeah, black.
Yeah, you gotta be black.
That's sexy.
Yeah, black.
That's a sex. It's like cool, sexy.
who was the Black
Even though you're not
Ranger
cool
for
to
real?
This black guy.
It's a black
Oh, yeah,
guy.
I remember.
You know,
Okay,
black man,
okay.
he was the only black boy.
Yeah, he was the only black one.
Yeah.
Why gotta be the Black Ranger?
Because you like
sexy
you
and black is sexy.
So
Look
he
at what
was
you're wearing right now. Sexy.
Yeah, like-
Sorry, guys.
I don't got no panties.
Yeah, you like sexy.
I be doing that too. Oh, I feel great.
Wait, no,
I'm the only one.
actually, no. Salone would be Pink Ranger, like 100%.
So what would
Why?
you be? Green.
Because pink, and you
No, you wouldn't
literally
be green.
in pink.
Did they have a purple ranger? If they had a purple ranger,
I'd be
you would be
purple.
purple.
Yeah.
But it's no purple ranger.
That was no purpose. It wasn't enough girls in that show.
It
I feel
wasn't.
like you
Pink
more
was
We
the
pink.
only
have
girl.
to. We have to be like powder, but you
I
have
feel
to
like
compare
she's
it to
pink.
Powder Puff.
Okay, okay, let's do that.
Right?
You Bubbles.
Yeah.
What color is that? Blue? Okay.
Yep, you are definitely Bubbles.
So you would be the green one.
I would definitely be
I
the
would
green
be-
one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Powder
that
Puff.
makes
That's
sense.
it.
Yeah, we
I'm
could
done
be
with
Power
That is
Rangers.
so it. Yeah.
I'm about to have some glasses too, so I'm really gonna be both.
You getting glasses?
I think they're gonna make me get glasses when I go on Tuesday because there's been too much happening with my eyes. And somebody said I need to have what's the ones that get dark when the sun out? The trend.
Oh, the sunglass ones.
Yes, the
Yeah.
one they was like, yeah, you probably gonna need. They probably gonna prescribe you them ones, the transitional lenses.
Oh wow.
Because it be getting bad for me in the sunlight and this light. Like my eyes are.
Can you see
straining
what
right
time
now.
it is on? Can you see?
I can see, but it's
Listen,
blurry and it hurts behind my eyes with this light. Like even like I can't look up.
Can you see what time it is on there?
No, not right now. Cause
It's
light.
time for us to end this conversation.
Ah!
That was corny.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. All right, y'all. This was a good conversation. It was juicy. It was so juicy. So juicy. But I'm gonna let y'all close because I'm not closing out.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in to 3 Brown Women. Yay! We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.